Let's talk about twin flames, not the romanticized version, not the fantasy, not the "they complete me" narrative, but the real, raw, soul-level journey that changes you from the inside out. Because if you're on this path, you already know, this isn't just about love. This is about transformation. This is about becoming. And right now, with everything happening astrologically, you're being pushed into a new phase of that becoming whether you feel ready or not. So let's break this down. Where the twin flame journey comes from, what it actually is, and what's shifting between now and the next 3 months. The idea of twin flames didn't originate as a love story. It originated as a soul concept. The belief is that one soul splits into two energetic counterparts, divine masculine and divine feminine, not as two incomplete halves, but as two mirrors designed to evolve, expand, and activate each other. This isn't about finding your other half. This is about meeting someone who reflects everything within you, your light, your power, your wounds, your fears, your patterns. And that's why this connection feels so intense. Because it bypasses logic and goes straight to the soul. It triggers awakening. It forces growth. It dismantles illusion. And most importantly, it demands alignment. Because the truth is, twin flames don't come together to stay the same. They come together to evolve, even if that means separation. This journey is not linear. There are phases: awakening, separation, healing, surrender, alignment. And a lot of what people call runner and chaser dynamics is actually just two people processing awakening at different speeds. One becomes aware first. The other resists. One dives into healing. The other distracts. One seeks truth. The other avoids it. But both are being shaped by the same energetic connection. And here's the part people don't always want to hear. Union is not guaranteed. Alignment is. Growth is. Self-realization is. Because this journey was never about losing yourself in another person. It was about finding yourself through the reflection of another soul. Now let's talk about what's happening right now. Mercury retrograde coming to an end on the 20th has been forcing reflection, miscommunication, revisiting the past, replaying conversations, reanalyzing connections. And for many of you on this journey, it's brought your twin flame energy back into your awareness in some way. Whether through thoughts, dreams, memories, or even direct contact. But here's the key. Mercury retrograde didn't bring this up to confuse you. It brought it up to show you what still needs clarity. What still needs healing. What still needs closure, or truth. Because as this energy clears, so does the illusion. And then we move into Aries season. This is where everything changes. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It represents new beginnings. Action. Independence. Identity. And after a period of reflection, now comes movement. Now comes decision. Now comes truth in action. This is no longer about sitting in confusion or emotional loops. This is about asking yourself, what am I choosing? Am I choosing alignment or attachment? Am I choosing growth or familiarity? Am I choosing myself? Or the idea of someone else? Because Aries energy doesn't wait. It moves. And it will push you to move too. Divine Feminine. This phase is about stepping out of waiting. You've done the healing. You've done the reflecting. You've felt everything. Now it's about embodiment. You are not here to chase, convince, or hold space for someone who isn't meeting you. You are here to lead through alignment. To choose yourself fully. To stop shrinking your truth to maintain a connection. Because the moment you fully stand in your power, everything shifts. Either they rise to meet you, or they fall away. But either way, you win. Divine Masculine. This is your moment of accountability. No more running. No more distractions. No more avoiding what you feel. Because you feel it. You've always felt it. But now, you're being asked to act on it. To face yourself. To release ego. To step into emotional truth and integrity. Because this journey requires presence. It requires courage. It requires you to meet not just your counterpart, but yourself. This next phase is about alignment over illusion, truth over comfort, and self over everything. Because when you choose yourself fully, you align with everything that's meant for you. And let's go deeper for a second, because a lot of you are asking, why does this feel like it comes in waves? Why do I feel like I'm over it one day, and then the next day it hits me all over again? That's because this connection doesn't move on your timeline, it moves in cycles. Energetic cycles, healing cycles, awakening cycles. And what's happening right now, especially with Mercury retrograde wrapping up, is that you're closing out a karmic loop. Not just with this person, but within yourself. Old versions of you are being confronted. The version of you that tolerated inconsistency. The version of you that overgave. The version of you that tried to understand behavior that didn't align. That version is being asked to release. Not because you were wrong for being that person, but because you've outgrown them. And this is where a lot of people get stuck in the twin flame journey. They fall in love with the potential instead of the reality. They hold on to who someone could be instead of who they are showing themselves to be. And this is where Aries season is going to hit differently. Because Aries doesn't deal in potential. Aries deals in action. So if someone says they care, but their actions don't reflect it, Aries energy is going to make that very clear. If someone says they want you, but they're not choosing you, Aries is going to expose that. This is not a season of guessing. This is a season of seeing. And more importantly, deciding. So if things feel intense right now, if things feel uncertain, if you feel like you're being pulled in two different directions, that's not confusion. That's transformation. You're being pulled out of the old version of yourself and into alignment with your highest one. And not everyone is meant to come with you into that version. Not even your twin flame, if they're not choosing growth. So don't focus on the outcome. Don't focus on the label. Don't even focus on the connection. Focus on your alignment. Because that is the only thing in this journey that is fully within your control. And that is where your power is. Now let's get real about something else. Not everything that feels intense is a soul connection. Sometimes it's a trauma bond. And this is where discernment becomes everything. A trauma bond will keep you anxious, second-guessing, waiting, overanalyzing. It feeds off inconsistency. A true soul-aligned connection, even if it's challenging, will ultimately bring you back to yourself. It will push you to grow, to heal, to become more aware, not more confused. So part of this journey over the next few months is asking yourself honestly, is this connection helping me evolve? Or is it keeping me stuck in a cycle? Because Aries energy is not going to let you sit in cycles anymore. It's going to push you to break them. Divine Feminine, let's go deeper. A lot of you have mastered the emotional side of this journey. You've felt everything. You've processed everything. You've done the inner work. But now you're being asked to master detachment. Not coldness. Not shutting down. Detachment. Which means you can love without losing yourself. You can feel without chasing. You can care without overextending. And that's the level up. Because your power was never in how much you could hold on to someone. It's in how fully you can stand in yourself, whether they're there or not. And the moment you truly reach that space, you stop attracting confusion. You stop attracting inconsistency. Because your energy no longer entertains it. Divine Masculine. This is where things get real for you. Because the delay, the hesitation, the back and forth, that phase is closing. You're being pushed into decision energy. And that doesn't necessarily mean rushing into union. But it does mean getting honest with yourself. About what you feel. About what you want. About what you've been avoiding. Because avoidance is no longer going to feel comfortable. Distractions are not going to hit the same. Running is going to feel exhausting. And that's intentional. Because you're being redirected inward. To face the emotions you've been suppressing. To take ownership of your actions. And to understand that this journey requires emotional maturity, not just desire. Another thing that's happening right now is ego death. And that sounds intense, but it's necessary. Because both the divine masculine and the divine feminine are shedding identities, old roles, old coping mechanisms, old beliefs about love, relationships, and even themselves. You're not who you were when this journey started. And you're not meant to be. So if you feel like parts of your life are falling away, if things that used to resonate no longer do, if you feel disconnected from your old self, that's not loss. That's transformation. You are being reintroduced to who you actually are, without the conditioning, without the wounds leading, without the fear making decisions. And that's why things may feel unstable. Because you're building a new internal foundation. So as we move through the end of this retrograde, and into this new astrological cycle, understand this. You are not being tested. You are being refined. Refined in your standards. Refined in your self-worth. Refined in your ability to choose alignment over attachment. And the next 3 months are going to show you exactly where you stand, with yourself first. And then with everyone else. So don't rush it. Don't force it. And don't chase clarity from outside of you. Anchor in your own truth. Because the more solid you become within yourself, the less anything outside of you will be able to shake you. And that's the real union. That's the real power. That's the real transformation this journey was always meant to bring.